the acorn in Danny's little head is working overtime. Because Danny's telling everybody that all the recalls that are happening are Gil McGowan's fault.
With Gil McGowan, his AFL presser, he made some allegations regarding the UCP government deliberately underfunding Elections Alberta to undermine their own recall legislation. I just wanted to get your reaction to those comments that Gil made this morning.
Well, I think Gil McGowan's made it clear he's trying to overthrow our government. Like, that's the wording that he's using. And what we're hearing from the elections officials is just to be able to affirm the signatures in a single petition is 1.1 million. Let alone then the second stage of running a recall election, let alone the third stage of running a by-election. So his stunt is potentially costing $5 million for every riding that he's doing it in.
Danny, Danielle, Dan. Number one, I find it rich that you're oh so worried about how much cost this would be. Bitch, please. But secondly, this isn't an Alberta Federation of Labor stunt. This is an everyday Albertans who are fed up with your MLAs using legislation that your government put in place. Let's not forget, a lot of these recall petitions were in the works long before Gil McGowan ever said it out loud. And when he did say it out loud, it is just one of the many options to try and get the message across to you and your government that people aren't happy. That was shortly after you used the notwithstanding clause to force teachers back to work, smushing their constitutional right to strike, not bargaining in good faith. And so obviously people are upset. We need to look at what options are available. Ding, ding, ding. The Taxpayers Federation said that we need recall legislation now. That was back in 2020. And so Ken Babe put legislation in place. I think Nicolaides was standing next to him with a big silly grin. Because Albertans want their MLAs to be accountable to them. That's why the UCP introduced the Recall Act, to be able to fire their MLAs. And then you made it easier. And now you're mad? Well, that's not what the legislation was for. That was only to recall people that we don't like. That wasn't to recall us. See, the whole start of all this recall stuff is a grassroots endeavor. You know, like Take Back Alberta is a grassroots endeavor. Alberta Prosperity Project is a grassroots endeavor. So are things like Operation Total Recall. You can go to their website. It'll tell you, Danny, who they're coming after. Because there are 2 active ones right now that have been approved by Elections Alberta, with more to come. Because when you guys say that the purpose was to deal with politicians who are unethical, not meeting the expectations of their constituents, or there has been a breach of trust, all of that applies to your MLAs. And you do. Because you all are not ethical, you have breached the trust of Albertans, and I think people don't believe that you're representing them fairly. Enter the Recall Act. So you all can blame Gil McGowan and the Alberta Federation of Labor. You can blame unions. You can have this donkey post whatever the fuck it is that he posts. But you guys are to blame. Because you thought this was a great fucking idea when you didn't think it would come at you. Surprise! Is coming at you. Hard. But don't start worrying about costs of things now. You've shown that you didn't really care about that in the past. And if you don't want unions or union workers, of which there are a lot in Alberta, using your own legislation against you, don't strip their constitutional rights to strike. Also, maybe don't have an MLA who doubles down when his wife intentionally misrepresents who said what and when. Because I do believe that real Jork Sigurdsson is on the list of recall. Just give it time. It's so much fun when the tables are turned. Sit in the mess you made, Danny, and maybe have a little chat with RJ while he's still an MLA.